Alright, as in every Star Wars movie, after those words all fly past all of you, we pan down and we see Corellia. Gotta find my notes now. I wasn't ready. So we're not in the right order. Yes, they are. Where's page 1? There it is.
Where's Chris Perkins?
Did you all bring your menus?
Yes. I'm trying to my papers.
No, you did.
Got a stash here. Stabby.
I'm dropping things. Things I need.
That's pretty sweet. Doesn't even look like Zebra.
So glad you recorded this part.
Yeah. I'm the only one who doesn't look weird.
Well,
Yeah,
you look weird.
To you guys, yeah.
Alright.
If anyone looks weird, it's Josiah.
Yeah, you don't have four throats. What's wrong with you?
Okay, so after the words fly by, we pan down to Corellia, and we see a ship fly overhead. This ship is called the Winged Bantha. It's piloted by John, or I'm sorry, it is Tochum. It's going to take me a while to remember some of these names. I'm going to try to use your names.
The wings.
So Tochum is negotiating with the ground control for heading to land in Coronet City on Corellia. Josiah
Gilligan.
Gilligan? Or Gilligan, what was it?
It was Gillian.
You changed it?
Gills. I was dead.
Gillian.
We could
I like
do
Gilligan.
we could switch to Gillian.
Okay.
Just call me Skip.
Okay, so Gillian is, you are basically in deep, deep thought as he's negotiating to land. You're basically staring out into outer space because you're trying to figure out exactly how to break this news to the rest of your crew. Because you've been working for the last several years for a company known as Zill Cargo. As a young child, you wanted to explore the galaxy, which is probably common. And one of the ways you found out a way to do it was when you were an older teenager, you got a job with a cargo company, and you are now flying around the galaxy delivering cargo. This cargo is any type of cargo, and anytime you're traveling through space, you need some sort of security. So you've actually started hiring these guys, Chet and Tochum and Patrick. You've been hiring them regularly after you got to know them, and you've hired other people, but you've kind of put together a pretty good team that you trust. They're very loyal, and they like you as the leader of what you do for your company. But you hire them a lot as kind of security, pilot, whatever you need to get your cargo around. So these guys have kind of become your friends. But you overheard a conversation back at Zill Cargo that the Zill is actually stands for a guy named Ziltoid. Ziltoid is actually he's a big time criminal. He's a crime lord. You never really put it together because it just put Zill down as Z period, I period, L period, cargo. And so anyway, once you found out that this was the guy that actually owns the company that you work for, normally they just load your cargo and you leave, somebody unloads your cargo. This time, you've decided to kind of sneak back there and find out what it is they're loading in your ship. And it's not your ship, it's the company ship. You go back there, and no one's around, and you hear voices. And there's holes in the cargo, so you grab a ladder, you climb up through, then you look in. There's people in the cargo. In fact, they're mostly Twilight slave women, and it's obviously that you're selling slaves. You didn't know it, now you know it. And your character specifically, is not into that. you would be what we would call lawfully good.
Okay.
You see black and white. There's right, there's wrong. This is wrong. So what you've decided to do is you're going to have to leave Zill Cargo, but you're not just going to quit and leave these slaves to be sold by somebody else.
Yeah.
You've decided that you want to take this ship, go to the New Republic, turn them in, set them free, talk to somebody at the New Republic. You don't know who yet, but you want to talk to somebody and say, I just found out about Zill Cargo's doing this. I'm out of here. Is there a job I can get for the New Republic here? So basically, you want out, but to do it, you're going to be stealing a ship. You're going to be taking this guy's cargo, which is, I'm sure, valuable to him. So, and you're probably going to get a price on your head from Mr. Ziltoid. However, that means you're putting these guys' lives in danger too. They're very loyal to you, and you believe they probably will also agree that this is wrong. You're wanting to make a stop at Corellia because your longtime best friend that you grew up with, Swoosh Noise, you both had a dream as young kids that you wanted to travel the galaxy. He's never really got to do it yet, and since you're not probably going to come back here for a while, since you're going to have a price on your head, you kind of wanted to stop and see if he wanted to have an adventure. So you guys are on your way into land. Alright? So as you come in, we'll give you a few shots of Corellia. Nothing real super special, just some of the sights you might see on Corellia. This particular street here is where we introduce our next character.
They make really good shawarma down there.
They do.
It's the best.
They do.
We might want to stop by and get some.
Alright.
What were you guys?
You're not even here yet.
So meanwhile, in the same city that you guys are landing in, we have Swoosh Noise here. He is in the middle of a performance. A couple years ago, a guy approached him, told him he was force sensitive. This is after you had left, so you're not aware of this. He's force sensitive, and this guy showed him a few things, kind of dark things. He's able to channel his anger and stuff, and he can throw out lightning and stuff like that. Guy gave him a lightsaber. I only spent a couple days with him and just completely disappeared. So he's sort of trained. He's got some skill. No idea what to do with it. So he's turned it into a street performance. He stands out on the streets with some of the other people in this main touristy type of area on Corellia, where people do magic tricks and stuff like that, and everyone assumes he's just doing some kind of illusions. They don't realize that it actually is lightning shooting out of his fingers, and they think he's got a prop lightsaber. It's a real lightsaber. So meanwhile, Swoosh, why don't you describe, you're almost done with your performance. And so why don't you tell the guys what your final thing here is about to be.
Tell them specifically, or should I talk to the crowd?
You can talk to the crowd.
All right.
That would be great.
All right, ladies and gents.
Huh?
Are we in the crowd?
No, you guys are not there yet.
Okay.
For my final trick,
You're landing still.
well, just saying, before I do this, your money would most definitely help with the supporting of this trick. I mean, you could give it to me now or later, but for my last trick, I will do what I call the tornado. What I do,
Right
This
here.
is-
Tell me when you're doing it.
I would be doing it right now.
Okay, before you do it, as you're looking through the crowd, you notice a guy amongst the crowd wearing a dark hood, a dark robe, and all you can see is these yellowy eyes peering out at you. And I would like you to make a... What kind of roll would this one be? I want to see if he interferes with you on your last trick.
Okay, so what kind of...
We're going to say probably a will.
A will? Okay, forget you just add
Will is
the
defense.
will defense.
Will is a defense. You don't roll defense.
Just make a roll, kind of like a perception.
Okay.
You're going to make a roll and add your will modifier,
Okay.
your wisdom modifier.
15.
Okay. He does not interfere with your concentration. Put it that way.
Okay.
But you are
Sounds
you are a
awesome.
little startled that you see this figure in there and just something.
I'm just shaking.
Something's different about that guy compared to everybody else in the crowd.
Okay. It's about to be awesome. What I do is I ignite the lightsaber. I do a little trickery, a little pizzazz. Get people really excited. And then as I do so, I launch the saber up in the air, do a backflip, kick the saber into the air more, land, and then lightning the top to make a lightning rod effect with my lightsaber.
That is awesome.
That's
I would like you to roll a.
It's gonna make you roll for that.
I want you to roll a d20 and multiply it by 10 to see how many credits you get when they leave.
Okay. It's a 9. It's a 9.
Oh, I thought that was that symbol.
Oh no, it's a 9. It's a 9.
Okay. Isn't yours the one that has this?
No, that's my
Symbol's a
crit
crit.
symbol.
Symbol's a
Yeah.
Oh, the symbol's the crit. I
Right,
thought that was the
right.
one.
No, no,
I was
no.
like,
Is that your symbol?
I thought I was gonna say, I think you just critically missed. All
It's a
right.
Magic the Gathering symbol.
Okay, so you got.
I got 9.
You got 90 credits
All right.
from the crowd.
Thank you, everyone.
All
You've
right,
been a
so-
wonderful audience.
Okay, so the audience disperses, and this guy,
I personally
That you
thought it was more than
noticed.
90.
the guy that you noticed comes walking up to you.
Did you admire the show?
This guy comes up to you.
Oh,
He's a good looking guy.
he doesn't look overly thrilled.
He walks up to you, takes off his hood, looks like that, and wants to know if you remember him. Make a perception check. It's going to be a wisdom modifier.
Yeah. 12.
12? Okay, you remember. So you tell him that you do remember him, and what he now is going to talk to you about is he says, I see you've put my training to quite some incredible nonsense.
Nonsense?
I can almost feel the sarcasm in that sentence.
Yes, yeah, he's not overly impressed with your what you put your training to, but at the same time, he also tells you that he had to leave you several years ago because of other things that must be done. He goes on to explain to you that he is from an order of Sith. They are secret, and he intends to have you be his secret apprentice. Their council does not allow them to make themselves known to others. However, everyone also knows that they do go out and look for other Force-sensitive people to become apprentices. And if they train well, they will be introduced to the council as a possible apprentice, even though you are already one. If you don't do well, you'll be destroyed. And if you tell anyone, they will be destroyed. Secret means secret.
Should probably do that tornado thing again.
Therefore, now that he has returned to you, he asks you, do you want to be my apprentice? The alternative is death.
You're willing to kill me in front of all of these people right here,
Oh,
right
they've
now.
dispersed.
Well, this is unfortunate.
Perception
And it was
check
only
failed.
90 credits, too.
Perception check failed.
Let's see what you got to offer.
Is that a yes?
Yeah.
Alright. You
Yes, creepy.
Oh, by the way, he introduces his name. He is actually Jular, and he goes by Darth Necrid to those who know who he is. Anyone who does not know about the Sith you can tell him. He tells you can refer to him as Lord Necrid or Darth Necrid, and he gives you your Darth title, which is Darth Candiru. You may look that up.
Okay.
You spell that.
Yeah, how do you spell
Candiru.
CENDIRU.
In fact, you should look that up
it? Like right now?
right now.
CANIRU, right?
Diru. Darth Candiru. So you will be known to him as Darth Candiru. He will
I'm
be
the worst speller, and you're giving me names to spell.
I have a question real quick.
Yes.
Do we know that there were slaves on the ship, or we're just following his orders to come here?
You don't know yet. He was in deep thought on the ship, trying to figure out exactly.
Is this where we're selling the slaves, supposedly?
No, he actually is making a pit stop on Corellia to see if he wants to go with them.
Okay.
Because he probably will not be coming back to the area.
Spell that right?
Candiru. I believe that is correct.
CANDIRU.
You didn't put Darth Candiru, did you?
No,
Yes,
that's right.
Candiru.
A minute, a slender catfish of the Amazon region that feeds by sucking blood from other fishes. They even put fishes. And sometimes eats the body endorphins of mammals. Oh.
There's more. Look up. If you Google that, look up some. What's the word I'm looking for?
So it's a blood-sucking catfish.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
vampire
very,
catfish.
very teeny. Look up urban legend, Candiru legend or something like that. You'll probably find where you get your name from.
Is he a cannibal in his past?
Oh,
What, did you see that?
I think I know what he's talking about now.
that's how I got my healer skills. So I was biting people's legs.
Everything.
This one?
Yeah. Possibly.
You know,
Oh.
his mistakes.
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and tell everybody?
Oh. I believe that was right.
I've heard about that before.
You want to share with the group?
Not really.
Since you are Mon Cal, I was trying to find a dangerous fish.
And that sounds extremely unpleasant. So.
Is this what is it right here? Is this what it's supposed to be?
Oh yeah, that's it.
I don't feel comfortable stating this.
You don't have to actually say those words, but just say that.
The fish that will swim up no spot is what I
It'll
basically got.
swim into your urine stream right up
Yeah.
the keyhole.
Oh, I hear that.
Yeah.
I've heard of that fish.
So yes,
Sounds like
your Mon Cal has inspired Darth Necrid's name for you.
It's not incredibly nice.
It's
It's the Sith,
your
what
Darth
did you
title is
expect?
about a fish that is very, very painful to others.
Do I know the swoosh noise, as in me, know what this means?
Right.
Sure.
Yeah?
Perception
Oh
check.
yes.
Okay.
You also got to remember too, he's not real pleased with how you've turned your training into a.
Thanks.
So, there's your Darth title.
Alright.
He pulls up his hood and says he will maintain contact with you from time to time, but right now, he has foreseen the future, and
His
says,
force seeing the future.
I will leave. I will leave. I'll do it.
"You don't like puns."
I hate puns. Not even a swoosh. I just hate no puns. Ugh.
He has foreseen the future, and together, you and him with some other Sith will destroy Luke Skywalker. But for now, he pulls up his hood and says, "Answer your friends, go with them." And he walks away. As he walks away, your comlink beeps. And it's Gillian.
It's just
Right.
Gil.
Gillian.
Okay, I'm just gonna address you
I
as
was
Gil.
thinking Gil was like the nickname because
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna go with Gil.
So anyway, you get Gilligan calls you and asks you to meet him in the back room at Benwin's Cantina.
It's a reference to this TV video that we watched.
Benwin happens to be a short, fat guy that you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you and him both know him.
Yeah.
And he owns this cantina, so you guys have been in there many times.
Yeah.
As younger guys, you wouldn't. Of course, you probably weren't allowed to drink, but you guys grew up together.
No, but lately he's helped with bar fights, so.
So he knows you.
I went there once as a child and he was drunk the whole time.
Does he happen to carry a Bible wrapped around us?
Oh yeah.
He keeps one under the counter. So anyway, this is the outside of Benwin's Cantina. You're gonna make your way inside, which is much fancier.
Looks pretty clean.
Nice.
Yeah, so you go into here,
Party.
and Benwin's your buddy. He takes you to the back room where you find the rest of these guys.
Sup?
How often does he charge us?
What's that?
How often does he charge us?
He just lets you use it.
75%.
He knows you guys.
Oh, more references.
All right, so we're in the back room of this cantina, and
It's been years since I've seen him, though.
it has
So I
been
wouldn't-
it has been several years,
Okay.
at least 3. I would
Least
say.
okay.
Yeah.
Much older.
Does that mean to all of us or is it just Patrick?
Well, you guys have never seen him.
Yeah.
He's his friend.
Oh, okay. I thought you pointed at Patrick when you
No.
did it.
No, yeah.
Okay.
So Gil has not seen Swoosh for quite some time, and so at this point, Gil needs to explain to the group what he's planning, and also if everybody wants to, you guys are all supposed to say yes, but it's kind of the thing. But anyway, he's here to persuade you, explain to you what he's found and what his intentions are, and wants to know if you guys want to go with him. So, either you can role play that and explain it to the guys, or we already know that I've explained it. It's up to you. They already know the story.
Yeah.
So everybody knows the story. You want to just go with that? Everybody knows it.
Can we
I mean, I could just go get a light beer real
Yes.
quick. I mean, I'm just beforehand.
I don't think you would want a dark one.
Where are my shoes at?
It wasn't a pun.
I was just.
So anyway,
Explain.
we can assume that you explained everything the way I did. Now, everybody in the room knows what you found,
Sure.
and you're just wanting to know if everybody's in, or do you want out? But you're not going back to Gil shipping, or whatever I call it. Gil
Zill.
Cargo, Zill. I think he's Gil. Zill Cargo. So anyway, he's taking the ship and he's going to the New Republic with this information. You guys are in or out. He's assuming you'll be able to find other cargo work at the New Republic and maybe even some security, or possibly even have the New Republic go after this guy because you know where at least one of his legit businesses are. Ziltoid's a big time dude, kind of like Jabba was.
Bubba.
Or Bubba. Bubba the Hutt.
Yep.
Pizza.
Work together.
Pizza the Hut.
That's pretty good.
That's from a movie, Spaceballs.
Baseballs.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Pizza the Hut.
Nice.
So anyway, you've explained it all to these guys, and basically the question is, do you all want to go? You're new to this whole thing, but you guys haven't seen each other for a while, and also Darth Necrid told you to go with your friends.
You don't have much.
Yeah, you need to obey, probably. It's probably a good idea.
Or you're just trying to introduce yourself.
Because
Yeah,
he probably
yeah.
thinks
And
it's
all
like,
that. And
that's all nice and all there, Jill. These people.
Well, hold, yeah. So anyway,
That was good.
story-wise, you're all going to go with him, right? Okay, so at the same time, what?
Don't be that guy.
Hey, I'm out.
Meet up with us later.
I actually got to be home in like 20 minutes. So
There you go.
yeah, I'm out.
I mean, that could happen. One of you guys could leave and then somehow join up with us later, unless it's critical today.
Don't
I
make
gotta be
loopholes.
offended by
Yeah,
it.
prefer
I gotta
not to
just go
split the
with
party. If
Yeah,
actually,
I mean, me too,
you can
but-
walk out the room and you'll run into this Jular guy who says, "Go back in the room, do what they say."
Do perception. Do a will check.
I'm just gonna go ahead and go with it.
I'm just gonna.
Okay, so everybody's
Guys, I changed my mind.
so everyone's agreed to go.
Alright, sorry.
You probably could have did this first. Doesn't really matter, but since he's new to the group, you guys should probably introduce yourselves, what you do, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so guys, we found some slaves on the ship. By the way, this is my friend.
So who wants to go first? Just explain your character
Tochum seems
ability.
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay.
My name's Tochum. Tochum Yet. I'm from Duros, but I've been working out of Tatooine for a while with Big Bubba the Hutt. And I just wanted to take a break from that, and Gil over here offered me a job. I've worked for him a couple times, and it's just been a good experience, so that's my story.
Okay.
And you're a pilot.
I'm a pilot. I smuggle death sticks around.
Death sticks?
Death sticks.
Whatever pays.
Whatever,
those
yeah,
are
whatever
really-
pays.
By the way, you want to buy some?
But I draw the line. I draw the line
I
on
don't know.
slavery.
I want to go and
Yeah, that's
rethink my
just
life.
disgusting. Come on.
You got any death sticks still on you?
For the right price, if you really want.
I can get some distance.
I can-
We'll talk on the ship.
Okay.
I
I
know
got
I
it stored away.
I'll go next, I guess. Name's Chet. Chet Awesome Laser. I'm a scout slash former bounty hunter, working my way up through the ranks, and I was hired by Gil because my great-great-grandfather was the captain over his great-grandfather in the Clone Wars.
It's Chet with 2 T's.
What about you, Jarhead?
My name is Patrick Patrickson, and one day I decided to have a chat with the ruler of my city on Earth, and we were talking about
Earth is not in this galaxy. Don't do this to me.
his now.
Earth
I
7.
forgot what
Earth
planet I
7.
was on.
Ah, yeah, I
Okay.
understand.
So
It's a moon.
on my planet,
He
I
means it
remember
was
what's-
on the ground, the Earth.
Ah,
There you
yes,
go.
I
Yeah.
understand.
We were talking to the ruler of my city about how good looking I was, and we had some disagreements. He said I.
Obviously, he started that conversation.
He obviously thought I wasn't that great looking, so I decided to kill him and anyone who got in my way, so I was exiled. And Gil here met me in a bar, and I've kind of worked with him since then, so. He may have been lying, but he said I was beautiful.
Whatever gets
Thanks,
people.
pretty boy.
And then the
That's all
next
he puts on
morning when he
his
sobered
resume.
up.
Next morning.
That guy.
Why am I holding a contract?
That's all he ever puts on his resume is that I'm extremely gorgeous.
So,
Very pretty.
so everybody knows him.
Everybody knows Gil.
You can tell your story if you want.
Yeah, I actually, when I was a kid, there was an accident, and I only actually have 3 functional throats now.
Oh man.
So you only somewhat.
I lied to you. Throat of childhood. I'm sorry. I didn't want you to think.
One of them has a slur, so he's
I had to go through speech
It's
therapy.
like an Arthurian southern accent.
it's the story of redneck. Get her done.
Shut up.
And now the rest of the guys have no idea who you are.
Jarhead.
So who are you?
Fish man.
The name Swoosh. That's all you need to know.
I don't like that.
That's too mysterious. I'm not a big fan of
All
that.
you need to know. He knows
I
me.
need some
He
level
knows
of
me.
trust.
If you want anything to know about me, talk to Gil. Because he's obviously got too much time on his hands.
Fair enough.
All right, so he's not
Now
super
that we're all super
duper
best friends.
happy with you.
Trade that information with me if you want those death states.
Say that, we'll talk.
Okay, so as this conversation seems like it's coming to an end, after Swoosh has sort of not explained a whole lot, the door busts in. 4 people come running into the room. Roll initiative.
Oh snap! What's there's a 6.
No, initiative is a d20.
Almost everything's a D20.
16 plus 5.
This is a 20 as well, correct? No,
Do you
it's
have a
5.
+5?
What are the octagons? Or pentagons? That's a D.
You want the one that goes to 20. There you go, your red one.
8 plus 5.
Yeah.
Or,
18.
no,
No,
that's
it's
total.
8 plus
I
your
got
total.
18.
So did I put that here?
8 plus 6. I have 14.
18, baby.
All
So I
right,
have 16 plus 8.
Shoot, what's your name again? Tochum.
I've got 24.
Tochum is 24. Holy crap.
I have 21.
I win.
I would.
I had 18. Right.
Chet has 21.
21.
Tochum had 18.
20. Not a natural 20.
You're not Chet.
I don't mean to be a jerk. I'm really not a jerk in person.
14.
I'm sorry.
That's just how he's socially awkward.
14.
Just a jerk to everyone and doesn't mean to
I
be.
feel you. I mean, I did kill the roller because he said I wasn't
You're
good.
not.
Tell me I'm pretty.
Tell me I'm ready. Oh my gosh, you're a popular girl.
Okay, so the doors have bust in. 4 people come running into the room. They have surprise on you. This is called a surprise round. They go first before initiatives matter.
Do we get to know what they look like, or?
That's where we're going right
Okay.
now. 4 people bust in the room. The first one is a female, and she ignites her lightsaber. She looks at you, makes a motion, yanks your weapon right off your back. The
Just as you
second
know
guy,
already.
the second one's the guy. He ignites his lightsaber. He looks at you, makes a motion, yanks your weapon right off of you.
Stripping you down already.
The third one is another guy. Ignites his lightsaber, makes a motion at you, yanks your weapon right out of your hand. Or out of your holster thing.
Walmart.
The fourth one is an older guy. Draws a blaster and says, "Do not move. You're under arrest for 7 slaves."
Oh, that sucks.
What you see,
So,
actually,
what about their weapons?
there's no more people to go yet. That was a surprise round. I would like everyone to make a perception check. It's a D20 plus your wisdom modifier.
There's a perception skill.
Yeah.
You add that.
Or, I'm sorry, skill. Skill perception, yeah.
Oh my. Yeah.
12 plus what, you said?
Your perception.
Guys, I think I got this. I had
14.
17.
You have a what?
17.
Plus 9?
Yeah.
I have a plus 7. That means I got a 26.
Did anybody get below 10?
I got 14.
You got 10? Okay. Okay, all of you.
That guy's showing you sticks. I got one too.
Alright.
Darth and Dio.
All of
I'll
you.
swim up you.
All of you recognize the guy with the gun. It's Han Solo.
Oh.
Kind of famous.
Kinda?
Yeah, so that's why I figured all of you would get
At
that
least you
one.
got the good looking girl.
So,
Which guy stripped me?
let's not
Kyle, you
say
don't ask what guys.
yeah, no one strips you. You're good looking. You strip.
I'm ready.
Anyway, you all notice that the leader of this group is the guy with the gun, and it is Han Solo himself. Obviously backed with multiple Jedi. So, the question is, do you want to jump into combat here? Or do you want to obey him and say, okay, you speak. Han wants to know who the leader of this group is.
This guy. No, I'm the leader of this group.
All right. Let's see. Hold on. Gotta get
It was
caught
my
up.
ship that you currently have an apprehending, apparently.
Okay. At this point, you're basically under arrest. If you want to explain to him what's going on, you're welcome to do so.
Please do so.
Or he will kill people.
I wouldn't do well
he,
too.
he has no weapon now.
Look,
Yeah,
I
I'll
was
tell me
told
that
there was
great.
someone pretty back in the back. And I wanted to see who it was. I'm not with these guys.
Turns out it was a dude.
I'm just trying to leave.
He's not that pretty. Alright, so Han Solo says, explain yourself, buddy. Or whatever.
Yeah. Actually, ironically, we were just about to go back to
Coruscant.
Coruscant to turn the slaves over because I snuck a peek at my cargo and discovered that they were all Twi'lek female slaves. And then, so I just explained to these guys, you know, you can assault them. And what happened, we were just about to go back, and we made a stop here so that we could pick up my buddy Swoosh. Haven't seen him in a while. And so that is why we are here.
Alright, Han turns around, looks at Jaina, says, Jaina. And she said, he's not lying. So, they take your weapons. What's that?
Jaina stripped me.
She's actually
They confiscate your weapons, and they obviously notice that your weapon's a lightsaber. And they don't really say anything about it just yet, but they all look at you very questionably. And Han turns to Corrin.
Deception check.
Yeah.
Nope, it's not actually.
You need to roll a
If you had stealth, you could conceal your weapon.
Han turns to one of the guys here, technically that one, and refers to him as Corrin. Tells Corrin to take your ship back to the Jedi Temple, and he'll take the rest of you prisoner onto his ship. And we'll take you back to Luke, and we're going to see what they want to do for questioning and things like that. To find out what's going on here. Luckily for you, though, it seems like the Jedi at least know you're telling the truth. So, you all are now aboard the...
Did you ever say who the fourth guy's name was, or is that
That's
still?
Kip.
Kip. Kippy.
Just Kip.
It's actually K-Y-P.
YP.
Oh. Makes some stuff up.
No, it's Kip Duran. If you really want to know. Of course, I don't think it was really him, because I don't think he has a double lightsaber, but I found a cool picture.
Good enough.
That works.
So anyway, they take you back to what they said they were going to do. Is they're going to take you back to Yavin 4, which is where the Jedi Academy is, and they're going to let Luke decide what to do, because apparently, as far as you guys can tell, they've been tracking some slaves, but they actually believe your story. So. You go back, you land on Yavin 4, we're outside the temple, where you see, off in the distance, you can see Luke Skywalker sparring with a few cadets, or what do they call Padawans. So anyway, he's sparring with some people, doing some training outside the temple. And Corrin goes over to talk with Luke for a while. They obviously interrupt the sparring. They talk to Luke for a while, and Luke decides to come and speak with the leader of the group to speed things along. We don't need to have a big, long conversation here. He spends a considerable amount of time with you.
Hi, my name is Gil.
That's
my
favorite. There you go. I like that. So basically, he talks with you. He realizes that you are probably one of the most noble beings he's actually met. You're noble. But as far as
You're welcome, buddy.
as far as the Jedi's morality standpoint goes, you're like right there with the Jedi. You're lawful good. You know the difference between right and wrong, and you don't want to. The gray area is also not white. There's just you're like that, kind of the way they are.
Which must be a bad thing.
So he's basically talks to you for a good while, you telling the whole story, and he's convinced that you guys are legit. They decide that they will take the slaves. They'll take care of them, not at the place. They'll take them to Coruscant, get them what they need. You guys are basically free to go. But he actually says that he doesn't know if you realize it or not. You actually have a really good, diverse team that would make a really good kind of a anything type of team. Infiltration, combat, you name it. You could be a really good ally to the Jedi. In fact, in case you guys haven't heard, the Yuuzhan Vong have made an announcement that they want everyone to turn over the Jedi, and there are people actually doing it. There's a group that is formed called the Peace Brigade, and the Jedi are very busy just combating the Yuuzhan Vong, and now the Peace Brigade has shown up. So he actually wants to know. You need something?
No, I'm just thinking the Peace Brigade. You probably, because they're probably like bounty hunter like people, so he's probably met people who were in the Peace Brigade at some point in time.
No, it's fairly new.
Okay. Well, no, I'm saying the Peace Brigade, the people who joined the Peace Brigade could have been people that he might have met at some point in time.
Well, let Luke explain to you what the Peace Brigade really is. It's people. It's anyone that thinks that this is safer than letting the Yuuzhan Vong come in. They're literally destroying planets. And if you go against them and lose, you either die or they implant it's like a coral thing into your head. And if you don't obey them, it puts extreme pain in your body to the point where you just become a involuntary slave. You will do anything they say just to avoid the pain. And people are basically saying, I'd rather turn in the Jedi than to, if they say that they'll stop doing this. And so it's not necessarily bounty hunters, it's anyone with, it's kind of like the Rebel Alliance.
Sure.
It's just anyone with any ability uses their ability the best they can to help out with the Rebel Alliance. The Peace Brigade, they think they're doing the right thing. So it can be engineers, it can be construction workers, it can be anybody that just wants to participate, and yes, or we combat people, pilots, anything like that, just like your group. So what they do know is that there is a Peace Brigade base recently, actually it's probably still in the works, but they're putting a base on Endor. The Jedi do not have time to look into this right now, and it's also probably not super dangerous because it's in its infant stage. It's not a well-established base yet. They're still putting stuff in there. It's not done. They're just they probably have a few buildings up and probably a little bit of security, but there's probably engineers there and people there getting all the equipment in. It's very, very early in the stage. So, but that also means since the security's low, they do have their computer systems and they would have to use them for communication and stuff like that. if you guys can infiltrate this place, any prisoners you can get that will probably have information, and also any computers that are there working, download whatever they have so they can get as much information on the Peace Brigade infrastructure as possible to help put this to an end. And like you said, the Jedi are not, they don't have time to look into this. There's too much going on in the battle. But he wants to know if your team would like to participate in this endeavor. If so, is that a nod yes?
Well, what do you guys think?
But he hasn't talked to the rest of them just yet.
Okay.
But basically,
So
what he's
yeah.
offering is, he knows there's expenses. There are expenses involved. So they're willing to give you 10,000 up front, and if all goes well, you bring back some information. They'll pay you 20,000 when you get back. So 30,000 total for the mission, plus. That's really not a lot for this, but they're the Jedi. They don't have like money coming out everywhere. Plus, anything you find that's useful to you, I mean, we're going to destroy their stuff.
Sure.
So anything that you find useful to you at this place, take what you want. It's not theft; it's war. If they've got stuff there that you guys can use, take it because they're not going to get to use it. So if you want, you can talk to the rest of your guys, and we'll assume that happens, and then the rest of you can decide whether you want to be participants in all this.
I would.
At this point, have we gotten back our weapons?
They're probably going to give you back your weapon. You don't have them just yet, but yeah, they're going to give you back.
Let me know when. Just let me know when. I want to know when I get back my shiny stick ding.
No, you can't spar with one of the Padawans.
Maybe they wanted to see
All right,
a
so-
tornado.
As you're explaining to the rest of them, and he's kind of wandering around, looking at the temple and eyeballing some of these Jedi, admiring their moves compared to his.
They're gonna see
Wondering
lightning
if-
though and instantly think, Sith, we gotta kill this dude.
I have other moves.
Just as he's about to put on a performance of his own, Luke comes walking over to you, hands you your lightsaber back, and asks where you got such a weapon that's not easy to come by.
It's a long story. It's intricate, but
I'm a Jedi.
It involves
I have
a bet.
patience.
involves a bet. I won.
Oh, so you really have no idea of its origin, you just know that somebody else had it and lost it.
Exactly. I don't know exactly where they got it from, but
So anyway, Luke decides he wants to know if you realize, I know you're carrying a lightsaber. It doesn't seem like you're highly trained, but I do sense some disturbance in you. You seem to have some anger going on within you, and I want to warn you that can lead to the dark side. And you are more than welcome to come to the academy and be a student, and we'll train you how to hone in on your force abilities and become a Jedi Knight like the others. So if you would like to, you're more than welcome to stay.
as much as I like the offering, I need to get this mission done first. But I would keep a close eye on me. Just saying, I go around a lot of places. You might want to see what kind of potential I have upcoming.
Right?
No, I'm
Hinting?
hinting.
Okay.
You
Luke's...
might want to watch what's
Seriously,
going.
follow me around.
Right.
Watch
Might
my
wanna-
associates.
I'm in some bad. So Luke doesn't quite. Actually, why don't you make a roll to see if if your persuasion was very good.
Can I use my mind trick? Oh no, just
Luke.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm just saying.
Luke's gonna be like, seriously.
You gotta get a roll of like
Yeah,
100.
what was
Yeah,
that?
yeah, you gotta roll like a 39.
Persuasion.
Yeah.
Persuasion.
It's not really persuasion.
I got it.
But no, Luke, your explanation wasn't
caught on.
It just seemed like you're confused, or he took it as bragging a little bit, like you already think you're pretty good at what you do.
Okay.
He didn't quite get your hint. Well, he just wants to let you know, that don't give in to the dark side. It will consume you. Anytime you use the Force out of anger and things like that, it'll seem like a quick and easy way to power. So do your best not to, always avoid the dark side, basically. You know the rules. You've seen them. You've seen my movies.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so his...
I thank him and when I
Trust
say
him,
it.
he was an apprentice to Sidious for a while.
Yeah, it's true in a comic book.
What?
He actually Luke goes to the dark side in a comic book series. To
To
try to figure out how to beat the Emperor, as a resurrected Emperor. Yeah, it was kind of odd. It's kind of weird because I only read the novels, and when you get to a certain novel, it refers to it like it was this huge history, or Luke went to the dark side. I'm like, whoa, I skipped a book. So I started looking, no, this is the next book. What the heck? How could you just refer to that like it happened and not, oh yeah, I did this.
Yeah.
Turns out, then I did some more research and found out there was a whole comic book series where that happened. So, yeah, whether it's a video game, a comic book, a children's novel, or an adult novel, or a movie, anything stays in the timeline. Until now, with the new stuff, they've obliterated the history. So
I think the DM is metagaming.
no, that was just that wasn't metagaming. That was out of character.
Anyway.
Yeah, we're
There's a
off
difference.
topic. He's off topic. Yeah, my out of character was talking to his out of character. That was not DM and Gil. That was Josiah.
My in character was taking the other in character.
Your OOC character.
If you metagame together, it's okay.
Your IRL character.
All right, so Luke goes back over to you to find out if your group has made a decision. Whether you guys are interested.
Well, guys, they're gonna give us 10,000 credits up front, and
Money talks.
20,000 if we succeed. Come back with some stuff.
Plus
so,
anything we find.
plus anything we find. You get to keep the
Do we gain weapon licenses by doing things like this?
At the moment, licenses you can get. It's the restricted weapons and military weapons that you can't get easily. Now, actually,
Is the Peace Brigade a form of military?
the Peace Brigade is partially military. I mean,
So would we be
you would have
means
doctors.
they're like a renegade.
So would we be legally
Think of
allowed
it as
to-
Rebel Alliance. They're going to have
Somewhat.
have doctors. They're going to have engineers. They're going to have pilots. They're going to have commanders. They're going to have carpenters. They're going to have guys on the floor.
So, like, if we, on this mission, if we were to find a military weapon, would we be able to use it without getting in trouble with the law?
You would not be able to use it if the law is around. So let's say if it has no restriction, or if it's a licensed weapon, you can have that anywhere because it's legal. If it's restricted and you have it, then basically it's illegal if you're caught with it. And also there's military grade weapons that only the military should have. So if you're caught with that, it's illegal. That's only if you're caught with it. So technically, if you had a military grade weapon and you went to Coruscant and you left your weapon on your ship, no one needs to know what's on your ship. If you get out of the ship with that weapon and try to go through customs, you're gonna get in trouble.
It's only
So-
illegal if you're caught.
It's only illegal if you're caught.
Okay.
Yes, because you're not necessarily part of the. Luke and them aren't going to care if you have them. I mean,
Yeah.
if you go on a mission with Luke, you're part of the military at this point. You can kind of do anything with them. But if he sends you on a mission to whatever planet, and you better be carrying around the stuff that you're allowed to have external of your ship. Or if you go to a planet like Tatooine, where you land out in the middle of the desert and you're visiting, moisture farms, and you never go into a major city, no one's going to notice. The sand people aren't going to arrest you.
No.
So you kind of got to use your your brain.
discretion.
Use your brain. He's super smart. Ask him.
Yeah.
Discretion.
He can smuggle anything. So yeah, that answers that question. So anyway, so you guys have agreed to do it. Luke's talking to you and says, we're going to give you the code name of Shadow Force. Because you're kind of a...
Does he say this just to him?
for now. You guys are allowed to know. So yeah, you consider this, everyone knows. He's going to use, the code, you guys are going to be known as Shadow Force, because basically no one knows that you are working with the Jedi. So you're kind of a shadow of the Jedi. So he's going to refer to you guys as Shadow Force. Hence the name of the episode
Shadow Force.
was
Episode
Star Wars
6.5.
Shadow Force Episode 1. Or Episode 1 Shadow Force, one or the other. So anyway, while he's talking to you, what's your full name again?
Gilligan Cash.
Gilligan
ASH.
Cash.
References to how much money I make.
Okay.
That's all.
So Gilligan Cash, he comes back over to you and says, your name sounds very familiar to me, and I cannot think of why. And then he sees Leia off in the distance, and he yells, "Hey Leia, come over here." And
Come here.
he introduces her to you, and he goes, "His name sounds familiar to me. Can you think why I know that name?" She starts, "Gilligan Cash. You're the guy that made the Buddy Buzz app." She's like, it's the buzz everywhere. Everyone's downloading the Buddy Buzz app. So yeah, you're the guy who made that. And then she goes, yeah, they're on it all the time. They so people take pictures. Han and Leia take pictures of the kids and stuff, and yeah, it's great when we're traveling.
Luke
we
takes
get to
a
use
selfie with them.
the Buddy Buzz app.
First, let me take a selfie.
So yeah, now they know who you are. You're the Buddy Buzz guy. They friend you. You guys all become buddies on the Buddy Buzz app. Sorry, I had to name it for you.
The Buddy Buzz app.
The Buddy Buzz app. So now you don't tweet people, you buzz them. You buzz, yeah, everybody. You buzz your buddy. That's what it is.
Clever reference to ages ago in some past forgotten history of the Earth when buzzing people. Give me a buzz.
Yeah.
You gave
That's
me that
actually
idea.
that's actually in the future.
So anyway,
Oh, that's true.
they finally figure out why your name was familiar to them, and you find out everybody's got the Buddy Buzz app there at the Jedi Academy, and you all kind of friend each other, and yeah, because now you're buddies now. So
This is why he doesn't go out in public much.
yeah, he goes over to Leia, and she's like,
Looks a little like this guy.
yeah. So anyway, Luke goes on a little bit more information. He says what you're going to need to do to start off. You're going to have to head to, obviously Endor, the moon of Endor, technically, and there is a trade outpost there. There's not a lot of settlements on Endor. It's mostly just forests, but there is a trade outpost. You can land there. You'll find other people there. It's a very, very small city. It's just an outpost. You'll be able to find, there's probably a cheap cantina there. There's probably some place to buy supplies. Some people go to Endor to go camping, so there's going to be camping type supplies, ropes and tents and
Probably
med packs, things like that. But yeah, you'll be able to find some basic supplies at a place like that. And then also, we don't know exactly where this place is, but the Ewoks seem to know anything going on the planet. So if there's some outsiders that are putting up a base somewhere, they're going to know something about it. So you'll probably need to hire an Ewok guide or something to see if they can help you.
Please tell me you speak
Get to there.
Ewok.
All right, so
Shoot.
and then so there's the gist
My
of
third
your
throat.
your mission.
My fourth throat went, so
And remember,
You walking.
any prisoners you can take, great, especially ones that know more about the infrastructure. If you're going to run into security, probably. They're just going to be guys that probably shoot things.
Sure.
But there will be engineers and people there on site, I'm sure, because they're getting up and running. So any downloaded computer information, any prisoners that seem intelligent, whatever you can bring back, will help out. Those are your basics.
So I have 5 sets of cuffs, like handcuffs,
Stun cuffs.
stun cuffs.
All right. All right. So as you start walking back to your ship, Han actually catches up to you and says, "Well, he's actually very happy that you guys are turned into slaves and stuff. He's, Chewie's gone, but Chewie was a slave, so he's always had a hatred for slaves or slave traders. But anyway, he actually says to you that." He'd give you some better weapons and stuff, but he doesn't have anything in the Falcon right now, just his own stuff. But he does give you 2 frag grenades.
Each.
No, just 2. That's all he's got.
Okay. So who should carry that?
Whoever you guys want to. I don't really care.
I mean, I am the soldier, but I don't know if someone else would have a better use of
I'm
them.
more range.
Yeah, he's all range.
Yeah.
Oh, you're all range?
Yeah,
Okay.
you 4 are all range. You can.
Yeah, I don't think I should get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't give.
Yeah, you
don't
should-
give the fish a grenade.
You have high strength.
It's like the quote of the night.
I have 13 strength.
Would strength be important in throwing the grenade?
No. No,
Mostly
the
dex.
way a grenade
Mostly
throws
dex.
is you will actually, they go off on impact. You will hit your target. Wherever you throw it on the map, it doesn't have to hit a person, it has to hit a location. You roll to see if it hits, or you roll to see if it damages the people that are in the impact area. And if you roll high, like you do hit, they take full damage. If you roll and miss, they take half damage. So you still roll damage, but you only get half of it. So basically, you don't miss with a grenade. You only take half damage or full, one or the other.
Should we split the grenades so there's a better chance?
So they'll
of
explode
using
if you split one.
No, I take one, he takes one. or something. Since he gave us 2.
That's not a pun.
I know, but thank you. I had no idea.
Well, unless you
what I
die, I don't
expected.
think.
You shouldn't.
Well, you might have a better chance of,
Oh,
or a
okay.
better shot at hitting more people or
Because
something.
you're more like stealthy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Or just
I think
skip
I'll
the
take
one.
missions. So
You
That's
probably
not
shouldn't
many.
have a whole lot of
That's-
grenades because
we're
you're
just
just
trying to
sitting there
figure out
aiming a lot, right?
who's.
I guess
So
so.
one
I didn't
sitting
give
there
them
aiming
enough
a lot,
for
right?
one
So you probably
each,
should
so
have a whole
they're.
lot of grenades.
I
Why
want to
don't
try to
you
make sure
have
we
one,
have the
since you're not
best.
Just don't mess up
Adding
his
that
pretty
much, right?
face.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a whole lot.
I don't want one that might go off my
How about
face.
me and him just have?
He's primarily healers. That could be.
That could potentially help.
So you want me and him just to have the
I think
grenades?
that's probably
That's
the
fine.
best bet.
Yeah. Alright.
So we get a grenade.
So while I'm
But
touring,
two
you can
frags.
cover me.
I was
or
just gonna say, before we leave
Yeah,
though,
cover him.
Yeah, it doesn't
I
matter.
would like to drop something real quick. A glow rod near Han. Just drop something.
Okay.
And I'll go and pick it up, and before I get up, I whisper to Han, track us.
Okay.
Or follow us.
What? Oh, because you failed earlier.
Because he wants to go. He thinks he's going insane.
He wants to go.
Han basically says, I can't. I have my own
Okay, that does
mission I have to go on. Why? What's wrong?
I don't say anything else. I just get back. I just go with the rest of the guys.
No,
Alright,
well,
making
he
suspicious.
says we'll try. We'll.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I'm into some deep stuff right now. I just need some help. I'm deep
All right,
with the
so-
mafia basically right now.
But he wouldn't know whether you're saying because that could be. I mean, any one of us, anybody
Oh, yeah.
in the party.
I know, but
Yeah.
So
He's just
No,
trying
so
to
I'm
get
saying
some
from
kind
the,
of
Oh,
from,
attention.
the, from his kind of yeah.
all right. So
He could be thinking.
you guys are now
still-
ready to go. You go back to your cargo ship, and
Winged
Bantha.
the winged bantha. All of you walk on. Swoosh, you go on last because you were just talking to Han. And as you, oh sorry, I forgot about. I had a picture of Luke.
Boss.
As you walk onto the ship, you're greeted by this. He says, "Hello, I'm DODE, your human protocol droid, also the caretaker of this ship." And
Where the heck does this come from?
DOD.
Oh, by the way, I built a droid.
DODE. You can call him Duty.
He's our droid.
Duty.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Duty.
So yeah, Duty is your protocol droid on this ship, so he can bring you meals, do stuff like that, take care of stuff.
By
He's
the way,
also
I built a servant droid, guys.
what's
I
that?
forgot to tell you. I forgot to tell them I built a servant droid.
Oh, nah, it's actually Ziltoid's.
Oh, okay.
It's Ziltoid's ship, Ziltoid's droid. He's just everyone's got a protocol.
I don't
'cause you
trust
never,
Duty.
Yeah, me either now.
Well, no, I was just saying it's kind of standard to have protocol droid when you're traveling because you might run into people you don't know languages and things like that.
Okay, so
So,
you don't
yeah,
know.
it's,
That's
it's
fine.
standard
Just
issue.
throw it.
Yeah, standard issue Duty.
Standard issue duty.
So at any rate,
Just doing his duty.
yeah. So he introduces himself. The rest of these guys have seen Duty.
Oh. I don't have high intelligence.
So they didn't think he
What
was.
is this? Never seen duty like this before.
So anyway, just to let you know, you do have a protocol droid on your ship, which could come in handy unless you speak Ewok.
Just walking.
That's the reason he's there. So, because I figured you're going to have to negotiate with an Ewok. So,
Is there some sort of like a recording tracking system implanted on the droid? Because
No.
if so, then Zill
well,
could be hearing all the stuff that's going on. Not that I know that.
you can
Actually, I don't know that.
you,
No, yes, I do. Because I know that my ship was a slave
Would he
ship.
make
Did
a
dog
check?
fart?
I think she
Or is that Duty?
Both.
That's really rank. I smell that.
Let her out.
Just farted like
Yeah.
half a second ago.
I know my dog's farts.
Okay, I was gonna say, it didn't have enough time to spread all the way over to you. Like,
Oh my gosh.
Well, now
You can search for
No,
one
I
if you
didn't.
wish. Oh. Did you let her out?
I don't know where she is.
No, she's
I
probably in
let it
there.
out. That's for sure.
Allie, oh man, that's even worse than there.
Well, was it her?
Duty
Yeah, that's
is
all right. I
strikes
know my
again.
dog's farts. She's done it like real close when I'm asleep and it'll wake me up.
Man, now I know why they call you Duty.
So if you want to roll, do a check and see if you can find a tracking device.
Actually, could you? Because you're the tech savvy guy, right?
Would that even affect anything? Since I have technology.
Yeah. Yeah, you would know what to look for. You've got a better roll.
What do I use for that?
Your technology, your knowledge roll. So it's going to be intelligence modifier, but whatever your knowledge add.
It's a +10.
Oh, dang.
For technology
Yeah,
skill
yeah. You add 10 to
10.
your roll.
to my
To
20.
your 20, yeah.
Oh, that's lame. 13.
Yeah, but it's plus 10, so it's 13.
13.
No, you do not find anything on Duty. No type of tracking device on Duty.
You touch duty.
But now you know how to do a knowledge or a skill
Well,
check.
Are we checking the ship too?
That's a good point.
Shouldn't we check the ship?
I thought you guys already checked the ship.
No, we just checked duty.
Wouldn't you guys check the ship first before you got off?
It didn't happen, dude.
We
You
didn't
can check if you want.
Sure
Let's
did.
check the ship when we land.
We were held as prisoner.
I mean, if
They
we're
didn't
already
have
in
a
the air, it's
check
probably
on
not
the road.
recommended
Oh, no,
we get
it's
out
fine.
to check the ship.
Alright, I'll check it just.
Yeah, you haven't left yet. You
Oh,
just
oh,
got
just
on the ship.
Yeah, just
So,
roll call.
plus 10.
There you go.
24.
24, you actually do find a tracking device on this ship.
Good
Crap.
Can we dismantle it or?
Oh yeah, it doesn't have many hit points. You can stomp on it, whatever you want to do.
Stomp on it.
Wait. Before we do that, can we get the information for where it's feeding to? Or is it possible?
Just slice
The
it.
tracking
Just
device
slice
is just put off like a beacon.
Oh, that's true.
It's
That's
yeah,
true.
it doesn't actually
Okay.
send any.
Well, now Zill doesn't know
Yeah.
where we are.
So yeah,
Other
you
than
did find a
that we
tracking
were on
device.
yacht.
You did smash it.
I think to myself, I hope that was Zill.
Wait, that was the.
Wait, that was like the engine.
No, that was like the Jedi's
Is
way
it
of
raining?
figuring out where I was. I'm
Is it
so
raining or
dead.
just has been raining?
Yeah.
I'm so dead right now.
Han put that in there.
Right, that's what I was at. I'm so dead.
Okay,
I'm
so
dead.
you're going to take off and you're going to head to Endor. As of right now, it's a good break time. Either one, you may got to take a whiz, something like that. Or you can also, if anybody wants to discuss your mission plans, anything you want to do before we get started on indoor.
Real quick, I have knowledge in tactics. How would that help? Like, what would I use that for?
Battle strategy.
You got the book, somebody?
That's what
I don't have the details of them memorized. Once you go fart somewhere else. That's knowledge, correct? So it's one of your